Hello, everybody. Good evening. How are you? Sorry, I'm a minute late here. It's a Monday night again already. Boy, these roll around quickly. You really do. Whew. Hi, Alicia. Hey, Julie. I'm not buffering. I don't know. Maybe will that fix it here? Getting on there. Hey, Lynn. Hi. We have 3 people and 4 thumbs up. That's pretty cool. I don't know how that works. Oh, there you are. Hi, Kristen. How are you? It's a girls' club right now, right? It's funny how people have to pop on and off, when they're visiting a live here. So it's kind of cute. You're chilly. Oh, what temps do you have down there? We were pretty mild actually for January 11th. We were right around freezing today. Yep, just 30 to 31, maybe even 32 for a moment there when the sun comes out. So otherwise, I'm plenty toasty here. Hey, Elizabeth, welcome. Welcome. You're still buffering? Alicia, have you tried to refresh? It snowed yesterday. It's probably about 35 out there now. You're just a little bit warmer than I am. Hey, Matt and Sarah, hello. Or Sarah, just you. So just entertainment. Well, he's out ice fishing. That's awesome. Mary, hello. My cousin. Mary, hello. Thank you for being here. That's really fun to have a family showing up here. Oh, you got it, Alicia? Good. And it could be somebody's weather too. I don't know. So, Mary, that's so fun that you're here. I'm so glad. That's great. Oh, so what have you guys been up to? You have been up to, it's been, hey, new year, new week. Lots of stuff happening out there and lots happening here. I've been working a lot this last week. Did help care for my dad for a couple days and then just been working the last 72 hours, 48 hours maybe. It's not even 48 hours. I've done like 100 hours worth of work in 48 hours. I did sleep too. No, I've just been going gangbusters on it. But thank you, Mary. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you heard that. That's fun. It was fun to do. I wish there were a lot more songs that were public domain so that I could do that more often. Because, if I do my own songs, people don't really know them, So, can you guys hear me okay? I'm sitting a little bit further away from my computer. So you're planning the new garden arrangement and what to plant. Yay! Awesome. Hello, Donna Holly. Good evening. Video chatting at work. Oh, I hear you, Lynn. Sometimes it just gets so old. Oh, thanks, Julie. Am I too loud? Yeah, sometimes just on the videos and doing all this stuff, it just really gets overkill sometimes, way too much. And you just want to sit with nature and just chill and just be with family. And pre-spring cleaning. Oh my goodness, Alicia, you're right on top of it. Hey, homesteading pastor. Hello. Hi, Virginia. Exactly, Thrifty VG. And that was part of what I wanted to say tonight is like, make sure you get your seeds now. Even Baker Creek was shut down. I don't know if it reopened or not. Okay. I don't know if Baker Creek is reopened. They were shut down because of the virus and stuff. So I guess, too many people were sick. And so they weren't able to do anything. So they reopened now. Oh, good. I think that any any of the companies that do close down, it will be just a short period of time. But yes, definitely get your seeds now. People are going to be buying them up earlier. I think there's going to be even a greater awareness this year than that even was last year. Last year was kind of more panic buying, I think, of new gardeners. This year, I think there's going to be a lot more planning involved. And they're going to be, okay, we need to get this going. So people are going to be getting this stuff earlier. So oh, good, Sarah. You got them from 5 different companies. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. There's already a seed shortage going on with some companies. Yeah, I started getting mine in August, I think, and I was pretty much done. Even before I got sick. So before Thanksgiving, I was pretty much done by November, and I never get my seeds. I've always gotten them it's like, oh, I guess I should start them, or the garden it's April. Maybe I should go out and get some seeds, and then just check online or whoever my catalogs, and I tend to end up getting the leftovers. But this year I was way ahead of the game, so it was really good. Awesome, Donna. Good. Okay, Alicia, you know what? That's the way to do it. I did that until the last 2 years. So for 25 years I bought starts. So that's what you need to do to get started. And when you feel comfortable enough to be starting your own seeds and knowing what you're doing and everything, then it's time to move on to that. But yeah, do what you're comfortable with. Absolutely. I'm checking my water, making sure there's not I've had these little gnats flying around the house. It's like fruit fly type things, and I usually keep like a cover on my glass, but they like to. Sometimes if I forget to do it, I'll look down. There's something floating in there. It's really gross. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Yes, Sarah, that's another thing too. For saving seeds, just pick even just one plant each year and just learn how to save them, 1 or 2 plants, and learn how to save bean seeds. Let the plants dry. Figure out, sorry, somebody's calling me. Okay. Sorry. I forgot to mute it. One of the seed companies you watch on YouTube is showing you how to save seeds. Awesome. Oh, that is great. That is wonderful. Thrifty BG, if you wanted to share that or something on which company that is, that would be great. I know you can't put up a link, but just at least give us the name of the company. That would be wonderful. Oh, that's Kristen. That's good. Yeah, impulse buys. I know. It's like, last year I didn't buy any annuals. I grew all my own annuals too, all my flowering plants and the different things. So I was kind of happy about that, and I'm going to try to do that again this year. So thank you, Sarah. Thank you. So our weather's been mild. We've had fog, no new snow, different things like that. So anyway, we are going to talk about, when I say tips and more tips, it's kind of a little play on words in there, but I wanted to talk about pine needles and spruce tips in particular, and the things that you can do with pine needles. So when I say tips, that's kind of where I'm at here. Red Seed Company. Okay. Well, that's great. That's really good. I have saved a lot of seed in the past. It's been a few years since I've done that, and so you guys all know that the summer was so crazy, and so I'm hoping that I'll be able to do some this year too, and video it for you guys. All right, 30VG, we'll see you soon. Oh, thanks, Alicia. Thank you. So if anybody doesn't know, spruce tree is a family of pine, and so there are a number of different pine trees that you can use. Really, almost most of them. You can't use the yew, which is YEW. The yew, and if we cover like a hemlock pine, that's not the poisonous hemlock plant. It's the evergreen pine tree. So there's a lot of different things you could do. You just can't use your Christmas tree. And so I had gotten a Douglas fir this year. So these are my my needles that are left. They're still, but I haven't even watered it for a while. I mean, they're falling off a little bit, but they're still pretty flexible, and a lot of the scent has gone out of the way. But I don't know if the Christmas tree company I got this from, or the farm, if they spray their trees or not, so I can't use that. And that's the why you don't want to use a Christmas tree, because some tree farms will actually spray paint them so that they're greener. Some will either just spray with chemicals, pesticides, insecticides, that kind of stuff. So you don't want to use this for anything edible. Now I could take this and use it for fire starter, different things like that. So what do we have here? Not red seed, rare seeds. Oh, okay. So that's Baker Creek is rare seeds. So hey, Howie, hello. Thanks for being here. I hope you're doing well. Gil, hello. Yes, Sarah, Baker's Creek. Hey, Eli. God's blessings to you too. Yes. So anyway, we are talking about different pine trees, and this one is a Douglas fir, and it was part of my Christmas tree, and so this will probably, I don't know if I have time to save any of the seeds or anything, but I might save a few of these or something. But they'll be great for fire starters. I'm not going to save like the whole tree, but I might do some branches just to put them in a container and have them for fire starters. So once they're dry, they work really, really well. Not only are they super dry for kindling and everything, but there's a pine rosin in them that will catch on really, really well too. Blooming in place. There's a Northstar Christmas tree farm here in Michigan. Oh, no, I'm not. Northstar is it's kind of a, not really a nickname for Minnesota, but it's something that identifies a lot in Minnesota. So, hey, Puerto Rican Prepper, I haven't seen you for a long time. Hello. Oh, welcome and good evening. Holly, that's great. You're faster than a snail. That's good. So anyway, I want anybody who has done any of these things, I want you to let me know. Just chime in for all this. I haven't quite gotten there yet to do this, but I wanted to share the information with you just in case you wanted this, because there are pine trees found all over the United States, but because of our different climates, a lot of you will probably start getting the new growth on the end of them, and they're nice little bright green cone-shaped needle thingies that start growing off the tips of these. Like last year, these were like the new tips, and that's where they call them spruce tips, and they're really bright green. They're not the darker green like this. They're nice bright green, and so so you want to look for that. Hello, Gil. I am doing great, Puerto Rican Prepper. So Eli, you recently scored a bag of Norfolk Island pine seeds. Nice. Very, very good. All right. So nearly all, and because of pine tree, what they produce, they don't produce flowers, but they produce pine cones. And so that's a cone or a conifer. Some people say conifer, but it's a conifer tree, which is, needle tree with pine cones. So, and there's a whole bunch of different kinds. I think a year ago or something, we talked about pine trees and the different kinds and everything that grow here and what grows in your other areas. But just kind of look for them. But remember, don't use the the yew tree, the YEW tree, because that is deadly if you eat any part of the tree, not just even the needles. And then again, don't use your Christmas tree because it's been sprayed. So just a little bit about pine. They have antibacterial, antifungal, and antimicrobial properties to them. So at least those are the claims, right? So some of the things you can do, and I will post some links for you guys after I get through here, but you can make homemade natural soap or pine essential oil from these. And some things need to be made with the spruce tips, the really green parts while they're fresh. And while they're fresh, you can actually take them. And that's what I'm telling you now, because your spring is coming and your pine needles are going to be sprouting out and everything. So if you can go, you don't want to totally wipe out a tree because then it won't grow that year. But go and find a grove of trees and just harvest from them. And the spruce tips, when they're fresh, you can actually take them out and take them off, wash them off when you get home, and freeze them. Put them like in a vacuum seal bag or something, and freeze them, and then you can use them throughout the year. So you don't have to worry about, I can only get them one time of the year. I can't get them anymore, but you can't. And then there's some other recipes and everything that you can use the dry needles. They're high in vitamin C, but the problem is when they get older, the darker green, and then they start drying out like these are, the water and the sap, they start flowing back into the trunk, right? So the needles or the leaves don't have the vitamin and the nutritional properties of them that they did when they were fresh and new, because the sap was just flowing out into them, and the life and the energy, and it was brand new. So anyway, there's some things you can use old ones with, but most things you want to use the new tips for that. Is there a way to tell them apart? Sarah, are you talking about the different trees? You probably you have to get a field guide or on your phone, just check. This one, the short needles and everything, and because it was so fragrant, it's a Douglas fir. The white pine or Norway pine have the really long needles. So just kind of find the different trees in your area and look them up, and then identify them, because they're going to be ones different all over the United States, but identify what's in your area. And Sarah, you wanted some foraging things. So anyway, forage your pine needles. Alicia, you have woods in your backyard. You cut down a small pine tree. Love the smell. Okay, yep. Hey, Old Reading Farm. Hi, Erica. How are you? Oh, blooming in place. Oh, you're waving at Gil. Okay. Oh, that's cute. Lan, Old Reading Farm. Debbie, hello. Thanks for coming in. Porch Sitters, hello. I love that name. That's great. If you're buffering, there might be some weather stuff going on. The internet might be a little wonky. I don't know, but just go ahead and refresh when you can. So, oh, Sarah, yeah. You know what? We just need to get together. I need to come over to your place, and we just need to walk through your woods and identify. That would be so fun. Wouldn't that be a fun afternoon? I need to get away and do something fun like that, right? All right. So a lot of things you can, there's such a great smell. You can take these, dry them off, grind them up into either a powder or just a small texture. And if you put them into soap, it's kind of an exfoliant too, and it makes things smell really good. How to make an essential oil out of these, I have no idea. So I can't even help you with that one. From the Blue Ridge Mountains, oh, sweet. Oh, Donna, thank you. Thank you. Yes, Sarah, that would be fun. Some of the other things you can do is put the pine needles. Now, I would want to wait till these are nice and dry and then just shave them right off, because right now they're still pretty green. Of course, I got this up late. You guys remember it was like a week before Christmas. Um, but once they're dry, they'll come off a lot easier. I mean, I could sit there and cut them all off and everything, but if I dry them, they'll be easier to use. And then I can use it as, grind it into a powder, different things like that. Oh, Julie, I bet that smells good. You can put that in a whole lot of things. Okay, the pine needles, once they're dry and doing all that, I suppose you could even cut, just take one off here, and you could spread them around your plants and things like that. But it's a little easier if you just have needles to spread, and then you don't have like sticks left over. But they love acid-loving plants like holly, azalea, or rhododendron. So you can put them in the dirt under the plants. Dave, you're here, and not at the last minute. Oh, thanks, porch sitters. Sorry you're having trouble. Your furs smell great going through the shredder. I know. I love the smell of fir tree. It smells so good. Blueberry plants too. These are great under blueberry plants because they're great for a acidic type of situation. You can make a tea for cleaning and for your plants and everything. Really more for cleaning. You strain it and use the liquid to spray on countertops or floors to clean them and then to leave a fresh pine scent. So that's the way pine sol was originally made. Is that great? So where did it? Oh, Lynn. Oh, just Sarah. Okay, awesome. I'm glad that you talked to each other. That's great. Hey, D&D Homestead. All right. So pine needles, especially the longer ones, when you're laying them down as a mulch and different things, they kind of, because of the nature of the needles, they kind of knit themselves together. And so they don't blow away like you would leaves, if you put leaves down or something. So they create this nice kind of mat type of thing. You can use a really thick layer on a hill for mulch, and they don't wash away either. Julie, this might help you too. Awesome. You can put some pine needles. Oh, not Julie, Matt and Sarah. Pine needles in your winter garden to keep moles and voles out. This works well to deter cats and dogs from getting into your garden too. So you'll need to replace them as often as the scent dissipates quickly. So, again, if you're out there, trying to clear your forest or something, clear your woods to do things, and you've got other branches, or mark the trees that you want to take down anyway, and then just go out every once in a while and grab a branch and then spread them on your winter garden. So, oh, that's so great, Sarah. That's a fun book to get. Yes. All right. You can also make a tea to drink with from, like, remember I said about the spruce tips, that makes the best tea because they're the sweetest. They taste like citrus, actually, as well as having the pine scent to it. But they are super high in vitamin C and all kinds of other things. So, but vitamin C is the biggest one. And that's where, like, bushcrafters and hikers and everything, when they're out in the woods exerting themselves a lot, they will actually, over their campfire, boil up some water, and they'll go and hunt some little spruce things like this, put them in their water to boil and have the tea, and that refreshes the needs that they have in their body. So I think that's pretty cool. Unlimited hemlock bows. Oh, nice. Come get them. I'm going to have to make a tour around the United States here. I'll just start with Sarah, though, right? You can also make a tincture from the pine needles. You take a pint jar and fill it halfway with dried needles. Cover the needles with vodka and place it in a sunny spot for a few weeks. You shake it every day to release more of the oils from the needles. You can use a 40% vodka, which I think is 80 proof. And after a few weeks, you can strain the liquid. And to use it, you just do 5 to 15 drops a day for an extra vitamin C boost. So God gave us so many things around us. You guys, we've talked about so many different things that are high in vitamin C and high in this vitamin and high in that. And they're right there all around us that we can use. Just make sure you identify the trees and just to know that they're not sprayed. You can also make it a foot bath. Just take a handful of pine needles and throw them in a basin of warm water. Soak your feet for at least 15 minutes. And because it's naturally antibacterial, it'll help get rid of anything like athlete's foot and different things like that. So if you're dealing with any of that. Hey, Connie, how are you? Oh, that's so cool, Dave. Yeah. So foot bath. Of course, the longer pine needles, when you get ones that are like really, really, really long, you can actually soak those in warm water and then weave them into baskets. I've seen some baskets that a friend of mine have woven, and it's just beautiful. Oh my goodness, they're just absolutely gorgeous put in there, and they're really nice, and because they're such a fine thing, the basket itself is. I keep wanting to say soft, but it's firm, but it's really smooth. That's the word I'm looking for. So, hey Jason, how are you? So many Native American tribes use pine needles in basketry. Yes, so weaving baskets. The ground needles can be used to make a soft green dye for cottons and other natural fibers. That would make a beautiful dye, wouldn't it? That green, yeah. You can add them to chickens' nest boxes to help keep the bugs out. All of you have chickens. Thank you, Dave. Take the pine needles and put them in your nesting boxes with if you put in straw or if you put in wood chips or whatever you put in there, add the pine needles in there. It helps keep the bugs out. I wonder if that's why pine salt is so widely used. It helps keep the bugs out. Let me see. What else do we have here? They work very well on the floor of the hen house too. Yeah, mix them with the shavings because they're not very absorbent on their own. So make sure you have something else with them. You can use pine needles as a cover for your paths instead of rock or mulch. They don't decompose very quickly, so they don't need to be replaced as often as mulch would. Never edit. Would the chickens appreciate that? With the smell, I don't know. You know, try it and see. Oh yeah, the coop would smell so much better too. Oh yeah. Have I mixed my seed starting mix yet? No, because I won't start seeds until the beginning of April, probably. And so I've got my, sorry, I didn't bring it over to give you an update. Oh, you can't see. I got my lettuce growing over there, and no, it'll be a while, what is it? It's only beginning of January. At least 2.5 to 3 months yet before I can start any of that. Use hemlock chips in the outdoor run though. Oh, if you guys haven't seen a chicken mansion, you got to go to Oak Knob Farms. Dave built the most beautiful chicken house. It's just like incredible. Those little ladies are so spoiled. You just placed your chicken order. Yay, Erica. So good. Oh, yeah, just don't walk barefoot in there. That's a good point because you get all these little dried needles here and it'll be like porcupine feet. So also pine needles, again, like I said before, they make great fire starters. Another thing you can do is take the pine needles, again, take them off of here, mix them with like paraffin or melted wax or something like that, and then create like pour them into an ice cube tray or something like that. Let them harden. So you've got these little cubes of a fire starter with all of these. And you can even like put little pieces of these in here and have them sticking out of the wax or something. And then so those will catch on fire or something. And it's just like, whew, you've got a great fire starter. That'd be so great. You can make, put them in candles and stuff like that too, but that would be, it might create a whole bunch of extra wicks, so you might have to be careful on that one. Yes, the putting them on your fire in your house, though, you might want to be careful of that because pine contains a lot of creosote, and so you just use it sparingly. They have a lot of sap and different things like that in there. So you don't want that building up in your indoor wood stove. But for any outdoor fires, that would be awesome. Oh, thanks, Patty, kneading bread. Awesome. We'll be right over. Do you mail it out? And then you can, just put these in a little bowl and light them, and you can get the house smelling like that too. Another thing you could do with them, you like cedar mulch? Oh, it's too bad about the chickens. Yeah, I know I could have chickens here. I just, I don't have the building for it yet. So we'll see. All right. Another thing you can do is try infusing vinegar with your pine needles for a splash of something different. So what you do is put 1/3 of a cup of pine needles into a jelly jar. And I would probably use the spruce tips for them too, so that you've got the real fresh greens, because those are more fragrant. You're not going to have a lot of dried stuff that's going to be floating around or anything like that. But and they're also the highest in nutrients. So use that again. So 1/3 of a cup in a jelly jar. Top it up with vinegar until you have like 1 cup. And like a white balsamic vinegar would be really, really good. Just screw the lid on and give it a good shake. Let them sit for about 3 weeks. Strain it, and you can use your vinegar in salad dressings, stir fries, and soups, and different things like that. So Virginia, if I have a sore throat, I take fir needle essential oil for 1 drop in my blood. Awesome. So sore throats, very, very good. Yeah, it's super high in vitamin C. Pine needle cookies. And people make cookies with them. Excuse me. So you can put them in shortbreads. You just kind of grind them up, everything. You can put 2 tablespoons of lightly chopped needles or something into the dough, like after you add the sugar, but before you add the flour. So just a little bit in there, and it gives some flavor and different things like that. Pine soda, so cool. Very, very neat. And the spruce tips too. Oh, that's hard to say fast. You can just eat them raw, as long as you know that they're trees that haven't been sprayed, and it's not a yew tree, Y-E-W, so you don't want to eat that. But yes, you can eat them raw. You can make an infused cooking oil. Again, just like the vinegar, just use oil instead. And you can use olive oil, grapeseed oil, or avocado oil. You can make a pine needle cough syrup. So out of water, honey, and pine needles. And basically the same thing, and just cook it down. So I didn't have the recipe for that, but that's something you can look at. In fact, I'm going to give you a couple. There's one. It's all in the pine needles here. There you go. I know, cough syrup out of pine. Dave, all those trees you have around you, you can make everything that you need there. Again, it makes a great foot soak. It helps to, this is, after a long day, soothe your barking dogs in a warm foot soak. Oh, but anyway, you just you put it in some hot water enough to come up to your ankles, and add um, a handful of the pine needles, or at that point you can even just put in chunks of it like that and just let them go in there. But pine needle lemonade. Ooh. Oh, Dave. This is one of the stories I've been wanting to get to know. Ah, super. Oh, that's great, Patty. Excellent, Jason. Yep. Works great, Calvin. Yep. The ash from it, everything, all those nutrients, just they filter down into all different forms of carbon. It's so great. You can make a chest rub out of it. This is funny. Who wrote this really has a great sense of humor. Okay. If you don't relish the idea of slathering dead dinosaurs and camphor on your chest when you've got a cold, Vicks, then give this soothing evergreen salve a try. So they gave a link for the recipe for that. So, and I put that, it's in one of those links that you have there. So, pine has long been known to open up your sinuses and ease congestion. You rub the salve on your back and chest when you're coughed and congested, and you'll rest easy. So making your own chest rub in there. I don't know, Patty. I know lemon juice might, I don't know if it would add to the flavor or the aroma of the pine, or if it would detract from it. So, yeah. So, yeah, check out those links that I put up there too. And beard balm, all of you guys who are sporting beards, make one, excuse me, that smells of fresh pine. Tame that rascally chin warmer with some homemade rosemary and pine beard balm. Your skin and glorious beard will thank it. Oh. So pine needles and dryer lint inside toilet paper roll. Oh, that would be so great. Yes. Oh, Erica, that's super. Night, Howie. Rest well. Hugs and moonbeams. Rest well. Then you could do also, if you are one who likes to steam and different things for your congestion, put pine needles in the water as you're steaming, that type of thing. To make your own pine sol, you can just use the pine vinegar thing, but use plain white vinegar, and it does the same thing. So for 2 to 4 weeks, you just leave it. You let it soak for 2 to 4 weeks, and with white vinegar, pine needles, and you've got your own pine sol. Simple, easy peasy. Oh, did you think I said something else, Julie? Beard balm. Hey, Resonance Homestead. Hello. Good day. Glad you were able to. Teresa, hello. Thank you for being here. Christy, hi. And then, of course, in air fresheners, just get them down there. You can make a Castile soap with the pine needles in there. I also know, I wasn't able to find a recipe really quickly, but let me see if there's also, you can make spruce tip jelly and spruce tip syrup. So because they're high in vitamin C and they've got that flavor and everything. And I've seen people do it. What is it? Simple Living Alaska. I think that's their channel. They do a lot of that. Last year they went out and harvested a whole bunch of spruce tips and made jelly and different things, and they're using it now, and they're just like over the moon with it. It's so good. Kristen, I think I would too, because it's, I think it would be like a little gentler smell in the way, not so, totally overwhelming. So I think that would be really, really good. I think I covered everything. Okay, get back up here. Also, if you're pregnant, don't ingest needles from the ponderosa pine. So pregnant women, don't use the ponderosa pine. Anybody don't use the yew, and don't use Christmas trees. So those are the three. But otherwise, for those of you who missed at the beginning, pine needles are not only full of vitamin C, but they're high as antibacterial, antifungal, and antimicrobial. So, so there you go. There you go. So if one of you wants to repost those links that I put up there, that would be great. I also don't like the idea of drinking tennis. So true, Eli. Yep. How do you put in your soap? Julie, you might want to help out Resonance Homestead there. That would be great, because she is a master soap maker and uses pine. So that would be awesome. Awesome. Oh, I do have, okay. Fruit dip jelly. There you go. The recipe. Get a recipe. So, okay. So those tips. So we talked about my garden tip, which is get your seeds now. My prep tip is, if you have a generator, make sure that your fuel containers are full and that your generator is working. If you've bought it and you haven't started it for a year or something like that, get out there, start it up, make sure it's running. With winter storms, ice storms, different things that come with the spring, all that kind of stuff, power outages. Just make sure that that it's working well. And so if it's not starting up right, or it needs a part replacement, to do it while you've got power for the rest of your house. Don't wait until that day that you need it. You have to depend on it and it's not working. So anyway, double check those. And then let it run for 5-10 minutes or something, just to make sure that all the parts are getting the oil, the lubrication that they need, the oil, all that kind of stuff, and that the gasoline is going through just fine, spark plugs work, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, do that. Also, change out the fuel every 3 to 6 months or something. Well, at least 6 months. For one thing, here in Minnesota, if we leave some gasoline in one of the red containers, or even in our lawnmower, and leave it outside or something through the winter, or even in the garage, if it's in a container in the garage, it will turn to turpentine. So you go out in the spring and all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, I got a 5-gallon can. Oh, I've been working too hard. You want to get your 5-gallon can. If you filled it up in the fall, expecting to have something put away for the spring or something, by the time you go back to it in the spring, it will have turned and it will be no good. It'll ruin your motors. So the same with any generator. So take them and every few months, pour that gasoline into your car, or use it for something else, weed killer or something. I don't know what you want to use it for, and then fill it up with some fresh gasoline. But just make sure that you rotate it through and change the fuel out. You have used pine tar in your soap for essential Scotch pine. Okay, this may be super. How cold did it get for you? Does the fuel freeze, or is it like alcohol? Our fuel is not like alcohol. It's gasoline. I also have, my house runs on natural gas. You can get fuel oil too, but fewer people are using actual fuel oil for homes. It's more natural gas. No, mine's not natural gas. I have propane. Sorry, LP, liquid propane. And it's just it looks like gas. It's not alcohol. My temperatures will get down to 35 to 40 below zero Fahrenheit. So that's pretty cold. Hey, Rich, how are you? I know, concentrate. Gas doesn't usually freeze, but diesel can gel. Oh, I didn't know that about diesel. Okay. Because I've never used anything for diesel, so I wasn't aware of that. Nice. Right. You can't have any water. If you've had something sitting outside and it's been really rainy and stuff like that, there's sometimes water can filter into it. So that's where it's really good to get some fresh fuel every once in a while. And so we've got that. All right. I know we've kind of talked about this before, but try to figure out for yourself and your families and everything, alternative forms of communication. And typically if communication goes down below zero, oh yeah, residents, yes. I'm in West Central Minnesota, so yes, we get cold. This winter so far has been very, very mild. I think we've had maybe 1 or 2 days that have gone below zero, and that's it. But no, it's been pretty mild. In another week, I believe, we turn colder. It's been in the upper 20s. Today was low 30s. Let me see here what it says. Oh, yes, residents, I can understand that. So, still not too bad next week. But Thursday, Friday, chance of snow. Yeah, still above freezing for the whole next 10 days, which is pretty good. Oh, that's a good point, Eli. Once a month. Okay. Number 2 fuel for your house are basically the same thing. Oh, that is interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, and if you have like, car oil and everything like that, probably, make sure that that's put in great things. But yeah, it's just like having a car. You don't want to leave it just sit for a couple months without running it. You need to, if you're not using it or going anywhere, you have to get out there at the very, very least once a week and run your car. But it should be every couple days. All right, so we talked about pine needles. I want to give you a link here for messages. There you go. Yep, check your tires. That's a good one too. Oh, Christy, I know. You guys, I've just been working so much on several different projects, and it's been from website to compiling a book to all kinds of other things. Okay, some other messaging apps that you can use if there's no internet service at all and you need to communicate with other people. You might want to check the different apps. There's some that are only for Android, and I'm going to list those first. Briar and Near Peer, Near, and then Peer, Near Peer. So Briar, those are only for Android. Some of the others are Bridgeify, FireChat, Serval, Mersh, Threema, WickerMe, and Signal. And if you go to that link that I put up there, you can read on all of them, see what they are. Threema, and then you get to Signal. Those are pretty much open apps, but they're different features to each one that just read up on them to see, what will be more secure for you and everything. So just make sure that you can retain communication in your family. So, so Gil, depending on distance, there are some neat options. Okay. Yep. Some are limited in distance. Some are limited in what kind of phone you have, your service, different things. So, yep. Diesel in an underground tank. Awesome. Okay. Thank you, Patty. Yeah, it's good to have work. I've got so many other things I want to do though. So it's, anyway, Dave, you use Signal as a method. Okay. Yep. That's one of the things they said. Exactly. It's warmer in Michigan than I am. Yeah. In the UP. Okay. Oh yeah. Thank you. I'm not writing the book. I'm designing it. I'm a graphic designer. So people give me, what they've done, and then I design it out. I put it all together and compile it and do all this stuff and covers and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, it's, thank you. The church is talking to one of your missionaries to get his take on it. He served in a very dangerous part of it. Awesome. Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, just kind of look through everything, read it, because, we just need to make sure that, there's so many platforms being, taking down things and being restrictive, that we don't know when things are going to, hit whatever you use. And so you just want to make sure you have a backup or something else that you're using all the time. So anyway, that is my my other tips. So lots of tips today. So spruce tips and other tips. And hope you guys learned some things. So again, here is the, let me see, messaging apps. Oops. I didn't even spell it right, but there we go. You keep a landline too. Oh, thanks, Residence. I also have a landline. What's so funny is I've actually called the phone company to see if I can get rid of it, because I have my internet and my landline with the same company. It would actually cost me more just to have internet than to have, if I took the landline off, than to keep my landline. So I'm like, okay, I'll just keep the landline then. And, so yes, I do have that as a backup. So anything, what's happening, Android? Eli, Android is a type of smartphone. And, we have these smartphones for dummies. So it's, yeah. Exactly, Henry's honey. I actually think my phone's been hacked, because I've been getting all kinds of stuff in my texts, and so I don't know. It happened maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago or so. It's been crazy. Landline's really for work, so they don't call you some. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. Yeah, so apps are applications, which are little programs that you can load to your phone or to your laptop or your tablet. They're applications that run a whole different thing, like they run your banking, or they run your text messaging, or they run, just all kinds of different things. There's a gazillion apps out there that you can get for all kinds of things, and games and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's actually, but anyway, so you guys have big plans this week. What is on your agenda for this week? I'm just working and hopefully trying to get to some projects, and house projects, not work projects. Trying to get all that done. Before I lose everybody, I want to just thank all my moderators, though. You guys are awesome. You got my back. You put links up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really, really appreciate that. You had a rotary phone at home growing up. I know, I did too. Sister used to pull the cord into the pantry. That was fun. Gotenna mesh has a range of 1/2 mile. Okay. You know what? I think that's going to be a form of a lack of ability to communicate too, and we don't have even the jacks even available to us too. So ready to plan. You order your seeds. Awesome. Good deal. Bread making. More canning. Oh, cleaning and purging. Oh yeah. I've been doing some purging too. I got rid of some stuff last week. Oh my goodness. I had some friends from church come over and help me get rid of some really, really heavy stuff. So it was really good. And a window air conditioner that had caught on fire this summer. Yeah. I've got angels around my house, I know, because my house did not burn down. And then an old broken down washing machine that was in my basement that I needed to get out. But there's just no way that I can do that. So, just stuff like that. So it was great to get that out. And now I can clean around there. Need to fire up the CB radio. There you go, Dave. Awesome. Get to celebrate Christmas. Oh, nice. Garden bed revamp. Yeah, Julie, you are doing it. Your grandparents had a party line upstate New York. Yep. When I was growing up, we had a party line. I was an early teenager, somewhere in there. And I think we had 3 to 5 families on it, something like that. It was crazy. And you pick up the phone and somebody else is talking on it. It was like, oh. It was great. You love a good perch. Dave, that could go in so many different directions. Yes. That's true, Christy. You have to really trust that people don't listen. If you've got somebody who's a super nosy person, it can get down there. Your sister says you purge too often. I don't know. I think it depends on how fast you do after like a major life event or something like that. Sometimes you just have to give some time and look at things at a different perspective. So your handle is Little Bo Peep. Awesome. So there you go, Dave. Get Little Bo Peep on the line there. Yeah, Dave. There are scorch marks all over the air conditioner and on the window frame outside of the house. And luckily the frame was made of metal. So it was framed, in aluminum. So it didn't do any damage, but I know it was, it was crazy. And I don't think I was home at that point. Oh, Eli. Yeah. You have ham radios for every family member. Yes. So ham radios, even getting some walkie-talkies, different things like that. So you're welcome, Alicia. You're welcome. So you guys, there are other channels that are on live now. And I just want to thank you so much for coming and spending this hour with me. It's just so great to see everybody. And I have this whole group of friends here online, and all your support and watching my videos and different things like that. I really am so grateful to you. So thank you, moderators. Thank you, everybody else who comes. Thank you to all of those who will watch this later. And you guys just take care. God bless. And always have hope. All right. Bye-bye.